Vladimir Putin is set to announce the annexation of 4 regions of Ukraine to Russia after Western leaders warned the move would lead to a dangerous escalation in the conflict and the West would forcefully put new sanctions on Russia. Correspondent Alex Rossi says that Putin's efforts to annex parts of Ukraine are an attempt to fix things up as Russia seeks to retaliate against Ukraine's incursions for a month in the region's eastern area. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky promised a robust response to a step he says has killed off chances of reviving peace talks. Echoing the sentiment of Mr. Guterres. The votes are worthless and do not change reality, Mr. Zelensky said in a statement. The Ukrainian president added, the territorial integrity of Ukraine will be restored. And our reaction to recognition of the results by Russia will be very harsh. Washington and the European Union are set to impose additional sanctions on Russia over the annexation plan, and even some of Russia's close traditional allies, such as Serbia and Kazakhstan, say they will not recognize the move. Throughout the war, Putin has threatened nuclear action if Russian lands are attacked. The annexing of Ukrainian territory now affords the autocrat a reason to act on those threats despite the referendums upon which the legal move was based having been dismissed by the West as a sham. Vladimir Putin, of course, now that these areas are part of Russia, will be able to say to the people here, Russia is under threat. Therefore, this mobilization is not only justified but it is necessary. We have to do this to defend the motherland. The other aspect of this is external. It is an escalation, a massive escalation, in this conflict that the Kremlin appears, on the battlefield at least, to be losing. Now these regions are part of Russian territory, they will fall under all of the military arsenal that Russia has at its disposal, including its nuclear arsenal. So, there is an element, now, of nuclear blackmail. Russia, as it has done already, will continue to threaten the backers of Ukraine that it can now, justifiably, use nuclear weapons if these areas come under attack. Now, some of this, of course, is quite hollow. Those areas that Putin has just annexed are not even fully under Russian control now. They are being subjected to a Ukrainian counter-offensive, which in some areas is extraordinarily successful, but certainly this ratchets things up again in a war that is really showing no sign of ending. As Moscow rushes to lock in its territorial claims that the Ukrainian army is threatening to reverse on the battlefield, Western officials have warned against the move. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said the act would cause a dangerous escalation in the conflict and jeopardize further the prospect for peace in the regions. He said, any decision to proceed with the annexation of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporizhia regions of Ukraine would have no legal value and deserves to be condemned. The move, one of the legal steps Russia says will lead to formal annexation of 15% of Ukraine's territory, confirms that Putin is doubling down on his war against Ukraine despite suffering a series of major setbacks this month. The annexation, after what Kiev and Western countries say were phony referendums staged at gunpoint on Russian-held Ukrainian territory, has been rejected in the West as an illegal seizure of land captured in war.